Meteorites, alien invaders that race through our atmosphere and crash to Earth without warning. Steve Arnold and Geoff Notkin live to exhume these scientific wonders from deep space.
Numero uno! Got one!
Yay! They are
Fantastic.
the Meteorite Men. They've chased space rocks all across the globe, but until now, they've never explored the huge country of Russia, a landmass so vast that Texas can fit into it almost 25 times. They're hunting for one of the rarest types of meteorites found on Earth, an ataxite.
They're a bit of an enigma. We don't know where they come from. We don't really know how they're formed.
They'll be hunting far from civilization in a tiny place called Dronino. Hunting in rural Russia presents challenges. More trash than a scrap heap, giant blood-sucking flies,
Ow! First blood!
and lots of vodka.
They've actually been drinking vodka now for 2.5 hours.
They've traveled 6,500 miles. Can the Meteorite Men rescue space treasure from the depths of the Russian countryside?
Wow, sounds good. Definitely something's here.
Space rocks, traveling at an astounding 17,000 miles per hour. Meteorites careen to Earth and remain buried until now. After more than a day traveling, Geoff and Steve's first stop is Moscow.
Geoff! Moscow, Russia!
Kak dila. It's your first bit of Russian.
Okay.
It means roughly, how's it going?
It's going good.
I should hope so, because we are standing just outside Red Square. This enormous red wall behind you is part of the outer fortifications of the Kremlin, and behind us, the magnificent St. Basil's Cathedral. It's one of those things you've seen so many times in pictures that when you see it in real life, isn't it fantastic?
It is. It really is. But are there meteorites in there?
Well, not there exactly. I thought it would be memorable and spectacular to ask Steve to meet me under the walls of the Kremlin in Moscow. There's St. Basil's Cathedral, here's Red Square, there's the Kremlin. What could be more fantastic and cinematic than that? I have two amazing things for you. One is a meteorite hunt, and the second, we have rendezvous with contacts. We go to a special restaurant, and they give you intelligence.
Okay.
So if you're ready to begin the adventure,
Oh,
please
I'm
follow
always
me.
ready.
That's
Always
the spirit. Nicolai Yegorovich Tchaikovsky.
Okay.
1847 to 1921. He looks very stern.
Yeah. He's aged well.
Yeah? Well, one of the greats. Can you read that up there?
Planetarium.
No.
No.
But close.
Close.
It's planetary.
Planetary.
What do you think?
It looks like the solar system.
Only opened 3 weeks ago. They have an amazing meteorite collection. I mean, not only great pieces, but an extraordinary selection of meteorite types of representative classes. I feel very privileged. We're among the first visitors. What I really wanted to show you is right over here, the collection of large meteorites. Of particular interest is Dronino, which is where we are headed.
Yes.
It's a very impressive piece. As you well know, Dronino is a rare ataxite, a nickel-rich iron meteorite. And so many of the pieces have this distinctive sort of flattish scoot shape. And they do remind me of shrapnel. But anyway, that is what we're looking for. So I want you to set your internal meteorite radar. I want you to calibrate it on that piece. And I want you to find a piece at least that big.
Okay.
You think you're up to the task?
I'm up for it.
Excellent.
Geoff surprised me with a visit to the planetarium, which just opened and had this most amazing meteorite collection in it, including a Dronino, that when I saw that, it got my heart pumping. That's what I'm here to get.
Still hours from their final destination, the guys forego the usual tourist spots, Red Square, Gorky Park, and the Kremlin, choosing instead to come to the corner of Lenin and Pamparovo to salute a true space pioneer, Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space.
This is my favorite statue and monument in Moscow. The amazing recognition of Yuri Gagarin's flight, the first man in space.
In 1961, Gagarin took off from Earth and into history books, making a 108-minute voyage in his Vostok 1 spacecraft.
Think about blasting into space, the first human ever to leave our planet. Quite a courageous fellow. He went up into space on a quest for knowledge, and we're looking for things that fell out of space onto our planet in our own quest for knowledge. So let us away.
Let's go.
Meteorites are sometimes called the poor man's space probe. To study outer space, we don't have to go to them. They come to us. But what can we learn from ancient space rocks, like the one that fell on Dronino, Russia? Dr. Lawrence Garvey deciphers meteorite DNA at Arizona State University in Tucson.
The reason we study meteorites, such as Dronino, is to really begin to understand how the solar system formed, how the bodies formed, how, for instance, the Earth formed. And it's very possible that by understanding meteorites, we can gain an insight into the future of our solar system.
Each meteorite is a snapshot into a particular moment in our solar system's history. The mineral composition, shape, and internal structure provide clues to the evolution of our universe. Steve and Geoff make the 5-hour drive to the Dronino impact site, 170 miles southeast of Moscow. They've arranged to hunt alongside their friends and famed Russian meteorite hunters Sergei Afanasev and Dima Sadalenko, who are in the middle of a week-long excursion at Dronino.
We ended up on a dirt track that was so narrow, the trees were brushing along both sides of the car. And then we rounded a bend, and here's the Russian camp. And there are our friends Dima and Sergei, just having a high old time.
Hello! Finally. Sergei and Dima are two of the best meteorite hunters in the world. They've hunted some of the biggest and best strewnfields in Russia, all over the planet.
Sergei has an exclusive land use agreement with the owner of the Dronino property. And, striking a blow for U.S.-Russia relations, he has invited Geoff and Steve to join his expedition.
We are the first non-Russians ever to hunt here. So it's an enormous privilege, and that's going to be a tough one to beat.
Although they all live in and around Moscow, for a few weeks each year, Sergei, Dima, and about a dozen friends and family members camp out at the site and hunt for meteorites.
This is almost like their summer vacation spot. It's a half a day's drive out, and they hunt here a lot.
Of course, Geoff and Steve aren't here for a vacation.
Well, we're ready to go if you are. The main reason we're here is to search for the extremely rare meteorite type known as an ataxite. It's an iron meteorite, and it was formed in a somewhat different manner from other iron meteorites.
Ataxite means without structure and refers to the lack of a Widmanstätten pattern, which is visible within other iron meteorites when they are cut, etched, and polished. However, the ataxite shows no such pattern and instead reveals only a mirror-like finish when polished.
They're a bit of an enigma. We don't know where they come from. We don't really know how they're formed.
Sergei and Dima's camp is in the heart of the meteorite strike zone, or strewnfield.
We're in the strewnfield now.
Yes.
So there could be meteorites under us.
Yeah.
And around.
One was found maybe 50 meters from the camp.
Okay.
The first Dronino was found in 2002 by a local man looking for mushrooms. While the first rock was found relatively recently, there is no historical record of the meteorite's impact. Since the area has been inhabited since the 12th century, researchers believe the meteorite fall must predate the settlement of the area. It's not like residents could have missed the fall. Scientists estimate it would have triggered an explosion equivalent to approximately 100 tons of TNT. Steve and Geoff have brought several high-end metal detectors to locate the iron meteorites at Dronino. All detectors work on the same principle. A signal is sent through a coil and is broadcast into the ground as an electromagnetic field. Encountering metal objects alters that field, and that change in frequency is heard on a speaker. Geoff and Steve's high-end models also have an identification feature. The detector displays a number from 1 to 100, indicating what type of metal is being detected. For Dronino meteorites, the sweet spot is between 40 and 60 on the detector scale. That means iron. Steve and Geoff are eager to find some Russian space treasure. But before they hit the field...
Dronino.
Dronino.
Yeah.
Now we have more chances.
More chances.
Очень хорошо.
Спасибо.
They proposed a toast for our good hunting luck, and it was time to get out in the strewn field and put that good luck to use. So this is where they are.
Yeah, almost.
Almost?
Yeah.
All right.
See you cats later.
Bye.
We're going to find some meters.
To get to know the site, each Meteorite Man teams up with a Russian hunter. To start, Steve pairs with Dima and Geoff with Sergei.
Target, but not ours.
You can tell that it's trash?
Yeah.
How?
It is by the figure.
Oh, from the number?
Yeah.
So we looking for something around 40?
More.
Higher?
From up to 60. Something.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe... I think something is here.
That sounds good.
Oh, I like this sound. It is here. What is this? What is this? Now it is here. Here. Small, but still we found it.
That was a lot of noise. That's a real meteor wrong.
For hundreds of years, the countryside here has been cultivated for farming. And that means machinery, and machinery means metal.
Here,
That sounds quite good. What number do we have?
42. Oh, maybe it's here.
Sounds like it's right on the surface.
Yeah, here. Wow, it is chain. It is a chain. Big chain.
Wow.
For very strong man. Wow.
Is that a piece of tank track?
Or a big tractor.
A kilometer away from Geoff and Sergei, Steve and Dima have a possible target in their crosshairs.
Okay.
Yeah, here is one.
Yeah. Well, that's looking even rustier, yeah.
We have to check everything.
It can never be easy.
That's why I told you it is not hunted enough. Because there is a lot of trash.
Well, no wonder you keep hitting them if you don't pick up your trash.
But anyway, then you have fun finding the trash.
Oh, yeah, fun.
Otherwise, when there are no signals at all, it's boring.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. We'll get it right away. It is.
See, if someone would have picked this up the first time around,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have wasted this time the second time around. Not to tell you how to do your business.
There is something deeper. I like it.
I like that you like it.
Yes. There were several finds on the surface, and exactly in this area. Found several on the surface and big ones.
Ow! This must be a good sign. The flies don't want me to get it. First blood!
It's summer in
It's-
Russia.
And the vampire flies are thirsty. Oh, you think it's even deeper?
It is. It's definitely a deep one.
The farther the guys excavate, the less likely it is to be broken farm equipment.
We might have our first one. Well, it's
Nice job.
big and metal, although it's not really solid metal.
Yeah.
Wow. Spring off of some tractor? Apparently, the field area was plowed farmland. So we're out here and we start finding meteorons and meteorons. It just was non-stop. We're finding a lot of meteorons.
What is this?
A bolt.
Yeah. This happens.
Oh, I like this sound and this number. It's 57. It's much better than that.
Higher's better, which could mean a larger target.
We hope.
I love the way you never commit to anything. It's just, it could be, it's possible, it might be better.
A few hundred feet from Steve, at the other end of the strewnfield, Geoff and Sergei are focusing on a new target. The beacon of buried space treasure? Or just another meteor wrong?
Where is it? Here. No hole, so this is something new.
All right, let's dig it.
Oh, here is it. Wow.
So the count so far is 4 meteorons, no meteorites. Some pretty big pieces of heavy metal out here. At least none of them were deeply buried, which is good because we didn't have to spend half an hour digging them up.
For Geoff, the very idea of unearthing an ataxite is enough to keep his spirits up.
Ataxites are extremely rare, and there are only a handful of spots in the entire world where you'd have even a minuscule chance of finding one.
Scientists believe that ataxites like those found at Dronino were created by heat in space, perhaps when the space rock passed closely by the sun. This additional bout of heat changed the rock's chemical structure, and this is why they're different from other iron meteorites.
The key difference is the abundance of nickel that you find within them, 16% or more, the average in other iron meteorites being around 6%. Our best chance anywhere on the planet of finding an ataxite is here at Dronino.
Ah, I see.
It's on the surface. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I see.
A monument to our discovery.
Yeah.
We claim this land in the name of Sergei and Geoff.
The abundance of junk littering the terrain means it's time to change tactics.
This area, because it has a lot of trees in it, has not been very well searched.
Ah, that's nice. It's a handle.
A handle.
A handle from... Even not know what handle is this. Must be some...
Something.
Yes.
This shows that the tool is working.
Yeah, I always think the same thing. You dig up trash and you go, at least the detector's working.
Yeah.
I get 28 for 0 between the 4 of us today. Not counting surface pieces, that's 28 digs. That's really abysmal.
What?
Wait, wait.
This might count as 2. We get disappointed twice in the same hole. Oh.
It. What is this?
Nobody knows. It's
Oh,
something
too
strange.
light.
Too light.
Too light.
Oh.
What is this? No, it's a brick.
Nice going, Steve. What?
You found a brick?
No.
Yeah, but
He
it's...
found a brick.
On top of our target.
Frustrated with their finds so far, the guys decide to break for lunch and replan the strategy of the mission. They head into Kasimov, and after a couple of shots of Georgian brandy, start to see the strewn field more clearly.
So if I remember correctly, the first meteorite was found in 2000 by a man who was looking for mushrooms, and this is a famous mushroom district in Russia.
Correct.
I read that the meteorites are typically found between 20 centimeters and 2 meters. Is that correct? So
It is. Yeah.
So quite deep. What is the range in size, typically, from the smallest to the largest pieces that you found?
Biggest one was something about 250 kilos, and the smallest one is like this.
I was curious to see what you thought about this little strewnfield map. You may have seen this article already.
Very interesting. Yeah. This one, I think it's the first find.
How much has been found historically with you and others?
Something about 3 tons.
3 tons.
Yes.
I had no idea that much had been found.
Yeah, yeah. There were pieces of more than 200 kilos. So far, it's...
And we are not only one team there, so at least 3 or maybe 4 teams.
Okay.
But you're the best team there.
Sure.
Like his confidence. Isn't that good?
And the soil, is it rocky? Is it dirt?
Mostly
No,
it
it's
is clay.
Just clay. So just shovels and digging?
Yes.
Okay. And if something really big was found, how do you get it out of the ground?
We have some muscles.
Yes, but I've heard you guys say things like this before. Oh, it's easy, it's only granite. You know, your easy is extremely difficult for ordinary people.
I think you make a mistake.
Okay.
And what about the tigers? Anything this time of year? Maybe.
Bears,
Bears?
no.
No bears. But
Tigers.
maybe tigers.
Yes.
Siberian tigers.
Yes.
Great.
If no, we'll bring.
The most dangerous animal, I think it's a hedgehog.
Okay, maybe last toast before we go.
I'm eager to get going, but I do definitely think we should have another toast. None for the driver, alas.
Yes.
Gentlemen, I wish you good hunting.
Good hunting.
All right.
Cheers.
Let's go.
I'm all ready to go. now.
It's about time.
With a new plan in place, the Meteorite Men head back out into the strewn field. Geoff is quick to get to work and maps out the location of the current finds on his tablet computer.
There are 2 streams, kind of marshy stream beds in a V pattern, here and here. And the whole space in between, that triangle, is this birch forest. Interestingly enough, the very first Dronino piece ever found was just a little bit over that way. What number are you getting?
58. It's good. Yeah, and it is not on the surface, for sure.
Hey, Steve, come over here. We got a signal. We found this target. It sounds pretty good.
Let me check.
Wow. Sounds good.
Nice signal. Nice.
Sounds good. No?
I think no.
Who is next? Yeah, find it.
I like this relay digging. It's quite good. We just got to go around in a circle and everyone goes for 10 minutes or 5 minutes in your case. You're going to dig on this one, Steve?
Maybe.
Okay, bro.
I feel it. Here is it. Here is it.
Not small.
Here. The dark one.
No, that one. That
Here.
one, yes, I saw it already.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
saw it
That sounds
already.
like iron.
The sound of metal on metal in a hole this deep is almost certainly not man-made trash. Almost certainly.
Wow! I see this. Here. Real meteorite. I think 11 kilo. 5.
5.
No, it's fine.
5.
Oh, 4.
That's what I said, 5.0.
So we're very close to the find site of the original piece.
Yes.
This area has not been heavily searched, and it's sand. It's easy to dig in. So it sounds like a pretty good place to start tomorrow, I'd say.
Yeah. And finally, we proved it.
Yes.
Is a Dronino strewnfield.
Yeah.
We found one.
But not the last, I think.
That is outer space right there.
Found at almost 2 meters and weighing in at 5 kilos, this piece of space could be worth up to $5,000.
Congratulations. Dronino.
All right. That is outer space right there.
Having made the 5-kilo find in the forest, the guys again each pair up with a Russian hunter and start to blanket the wooded area.
I want to check this place. Something is there. Okay. Here.
There's some of the sand. Sergei was pulling the big coil down here. Got a decent signal. Not super loud, but clear. And then we checked it with the 18-inch coil. Didn't hear a thing. So that means it's deep. The big coil sees deeper into the ground. We're down into the clay layer here, and it's really hard to kick in, really slow going. You gotta put all your strength into just breaking up this clay. This is about the deepest we've dug so far on this expedition. This is getting pretty exciting. The deeper we go, the more the likelihood that we've gone below the level that contains any man-made trash.
At last, the sound of metal striking metal.
Hold on. I've got my laser pointer. Let's have a look down there. That's what we got, I think.
You have a magnet.
Yeah. Where's my rock hammer?
It is here.
Thank you, sir. Oh, it's definitely sticking.
Yeah?
Yeah. To whatever that is.
I think this is a meteorite.
Do you? I think you might be right.
After 2 hours of spade work, Geoff is confident he has a target.
That does not look very man-made to me.
You're so heavy.
Really?
Yes.
Let's dig some more.
The target is encased in thick, heavy clay, anchoring it to the earth.
I think it's going to take us a while to get this out. Sergei, I radioed the boys. They're coming over if you want to take a break. Let them do some digging.
Really, I want to make surprise, but Maybe I will not be in time.
You better hurry up then. Hello, lads.
Hello.
We got ourselves a deep hole with a meteorite at the bottom. Here we go. Oh, well, I thought it was me.
Woo! All right. Yay!
Not big, but still.
That was a lot of work, but it was so worth it. Just to prove that this is iron bearing.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see. No meteorite hunter would have failed to dig that target. It was a really sharp, clear signal, and the fact that it's buried means nobody's looked at it before. What does that tell us? We're in unsearched ground. I'm going to take an in situ photo for our supply project.
And I'm gonna go find my own. Let's go. Congratulations. You set the bar really low. It should be, if I find one, it should be bigger.
Set the bar really low. Where's your meteorite?
Just, we'll wait and see.
Look how deep that hole is.
Okay.
We worked our ass off for that.
Pieces of the Dronino meteorite are strewn across a relatively small area, approximately 1 mile by half a mile. Since 2003, scientific expeditions have collected more than 600 fragments, totaling about 300 kilograms. Typically, when a meteorite falls to Earth, it falls along an elliptical pattern, with smaller rocks falling earlier and larger rocks with greater inertia thrown farther. But that is not the case at Dronino. Strangely, here small and large stones are found close together.
Dima's theory is that this could have been a crater here, where a big rock comes in, it hits the ground, it explodes, shatters in hundreds, possibly thousands of pieces, and those are spread out over a little area. It's kind of splashed out of the crater area.
While this could explain why smaller and larger Dronino samples have been found at the same location, a crater has never been found. Scientists and hunters continue to ponder this puzzle. Dima tells Steve and Geoff that earlier this year, hunters unearthed a collection of smaller meteorites very close to their base camp.
So Dima is talking about finding 16-kilo rocks around here, which at $1 a gram, that's a $10,000 rock. So that's worth it.
Let's try here, why
Okay,
not?
okay.
But it's a swamp. Time to check.
Okay, right here.
On this surface. Ah, yeah, I see it. This is the bottom of the old pot.
Of an old pot?
Yes.
A metal pot.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Wait. It's good. Okay. Take it here. That's interesting. Looks like something small on the surface, but the signal is too wide.
Is what?
Let's try here. Here.
Okay.
Here. Here is just the second part of the pot. Here.
Oh.
But it's something again. Possibly. A bit here.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. What is it? Yeah. Just a solid iron. You have to find a lot of them before the first normal target.
Okay.
Meanwhile, at the opposite end of the strewnfield, almost a kilometer away, Geoff is hitting his own minefield of heavy metal.
I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's a flying saucer, of course. Duh. That's how the meteorites get here. You can see here where a meteorite's been found in the past. These are weathered fragments. We call them shale.
Shale is created by the weathering of the exterior of a meteorite. When iron rocks from outer space fall to Earth, our humid atmosphere causes them to slowly decompose and develop a rusty crust. They become almost unrecognizable. Shale is often the first indicator that a meteorite has landed in a specific area.
But it proves that meteorites have been found in this area because there are dig holes all over the place, and a meteorite definitely came out of this hole. There's no doubt about that. You can see all these little weathered fragments lying around. Oh well, shame we weren't here a few years ago. Probably was a nice piece. It's probably quite close to the surface. So we missed the boat on that one.
With only 1 hour till sunset, the guys are forced to call it a day and head back to camp.
What are we going to do? Are you staying with us?
Tonight,
Yeah.
camping.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, what do you think?
Well, I think it could be fun.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. There's going to be a big bonfire. There's going to be lots and lots of vodka drinking and partying and people jumping in the pond over there. And then at about 2 a.m., when you're tired and you want to go to sleep, they're going to say, "And now the Georgian brandy." And there are not many luxuries that I ask for or expect, but I do like to have a shower in the morning.
Here it is also possible. We have the shower.
Is that one of those showers in a bag you hold from the tree?
No, we have one with a car battery.
Really? That's impressive.
Yeah. They're not savages.
I know these guys. I know how they party. I did not need to go and stay at their camp, which I like to call Camp Vodka. Thanks for driving me back to town. I appreciate it. Do you think it'll be all right to leave Steve here on his own? Well, good luck, Steve. If I travel around the world, I want to find meteorites. I'm not here to lollygag around and wade in the river and have a leisurely breakfast. It's all about finding the rocks. I can go camp 2 miles from my house if I want to and have stunning vistas and hear the birds and all that. Dobre jutro.
Hello, Geoff.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm good to go. Let's hit the road. Steve. Steve.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, you look in a fine state.
Well, thank you.
How did it go last night?
Good.
And drinking and jumping in the river, and did they produce the Georgian brandy at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.?
Yes.
I thought so. Come on, we got stuff to do.
All right.
The Russian style of hunting is not what the guys are used to.
They don't start necessarily at sunrise. They quit before sunset. They start drinking a little bit early in the morning. To them, it doesn't really matter. I guess that's just the way they do it here.
Ты что творишь?
Geoff is headed back out to hunt with Russian partner Dima, hopefully to recover more than broken farm equipment.
Wait a second. Come here. check. But maybe the signal is not too wide. Let's try.
It sounded close to the surface.
Yeah,
Small.
it's close to the surface. It's small, but anyway, it's not on the surface.
And there it
What
is.
is this? Ah, that's a nice piece.
Of junk. Another meteor wrong.
Okay. It's an interesting bird.
Yeah.
But... Oh, what? Wait.
What, did I just bring you good luck?
Possibly.
To me, to me.
Oh, it's white. It's white, not bad. Right here. Okay.
Sounds good, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's still a little bit of time left. Hopefully I'll be able to find one of my own before I have to go home.
You have any instructions for this one?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What?
It's your turn now.
Oh! But I'm your guest, and it would be so rude for me to deprive you of the pleasure.
Слушай, мы копаем. We're digging, and he wants to see how an American digs a hole.
All right, fine.
He's tired already. I shouldn't say that when he's shoveling. He'll shovel it all over me. Oh, thanks. Thanks very much.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I put dirt in your hole?
In my hole. Now it's my hole.
Look, these are my good army pants.
Kind of like building a sandcastle going down.
Oh, here is.
I think I found something in my hole.
Look, the Casbah! Look at that! I thought you said it was going to be small.
It's small.
Whoa, it's not that small.
I don't know.
Oh, that's fantastic. He's got such finely tuned ears. We're walking along with the coil in between us, and it just goes, And he goes, that sounds good. I mean, it sounded like a cricket chirping. I would say, ladies and gentlemen, that passes the magnet test. It's a meteorite. When he said very small, I thought he meant like 10 grams. Let's see if we can weigh it. 367. It was a fist-sized piece. Beautiful shape, almost diamond-shaped. It was great timing because Steve was nearby and ended up doing about 30 seconds of digging and boom, hit the meteorite right away after we'd already excavated most of it. But I think it made his day because he got to pull the piece out. And
Steve and Geoff say do svidaniya to their Russian hosts.
thank you for everything.
Thank you for joining.
Oh, our pleasure.
And return home with their precious space cargo. Back in the US, the guys want to know more about their Russian haul, so they visit Dr. Lawrence Garvey at Arizona State University.
So, Dronino, is it? I hear you've been collecting some samples.
We have. We were quite successful, actually.
One of the funny things about this meteorite, there isn't another one like it. It stands by itself in its chemistry and its structure.
Fantastic.
This unique chemical structure most likely means the Dronino meteorite came from a different planetary body than other iron meteorites that have been recovered on Earth. Meteorites are approximately 4.5 billion years old. They represent the debris left over after the formation of the planets. And as messengers across space and time, they carry a unique history of our solar system.
You can really learn a lot about these meteorites in the lab. The challenge is to then transfer it back 4.5 billion years and say, okay, what are you telling us?
Scientists are still unraveling what happened in those 4.5 billion years that made the chemical composition of ataxites differ from other iron meteorite types. Of the 50 or so known ataxites, the Dronino itself is an especially interesting example.
This is an unusual iron. It's called an ungrouped iron. And we say that because it doesn't fit into the 14 groups that we have already established for iron meteorites.
And of all the Droninos ever recovered, apparently Geoff and Steve found a particularly unique one. It features inclusions, remnants of other minerals trapped in the iron.
Oh, it's fabulous.
And look, this inclusion is quite amazing. This is very unusual. I know of no other iron meteorites where I see these sort of inclusions.
The Dronino meteorite features sulfide inclusions, softer than the other alloys present in the rock. Any sulfide on the surface would have melted off as the meteorite passed through the atmosphere. However, microscopic analysis of the interior of the zone reveals inclusions that are rounded and elongated.
What it's probably telling us is that at some point, it must have cooled very rapidly.
These space rocks help to provide astronomers with new clues to the various different forces that can shape the planets.
There were multiple things that made this really unique. The Russians are as nice of guys as there are in the world. We worked together because they had the fine ear to be able to hear, yeah, let's dig it, or no, let's not. And that saved us a lot of time. And it allowed us to move on and get to the targets there were. We found several meteorites. We had a blast.
While Steve may have had fun, for Geoff, the Russian expedition has been one of the most rewarding of his career.
I got to achieve a big one in meteorite hunting. Find an ataxite. That's not something you can do in many places on this planet.
All right.